Okay, quick chat wrap up. We're doing an around the ground wrap up here with Reef McCarthy from Formula V's. I've just got to grab him before he gets on a plane because he's going to shoot off for a tropical holiday. I hear pool bars are in your near future, Reefy.
Yes, yeah. Heading down to Bali tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Get out of the cold, get in some hot weather for a bit. But of course, thanks for the quick chat beforehand. Always good to talk about racing. So hope things are well up there.
Yes, yes. No, everything's perfect. I'd rather be coming with you than sitting here going to work next week. So cold, rainy Melbourne. So we've just had Sandown round. That was on the weekend. That was round what for you? Round four? Five?
That was round four. Round
Round
four.
four. Yeah, cool. So give us a wrap up. Fill us in on how you dominated and destroyed everybody's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, it was a really good weekend. So started off practice on Friday. That went really well. We had a strong car from get go. So was just trying to help out some of the fellas in our garage, Brendan Taylor and Johnny. So a couple of mates and just kind of all having a good time out there. And the car was pretty much spot on from get go. So yeah, we ended up rolling into the weekend on fire and yeah, car was really quick, and when it came around to quali, was able to put in a good lap and throw it on pole, and then just try help out a couple of mates. As you know, the tow's so crucial in our category. At Sandown even, it's probably still worth just over a second a lap. So, just got in front of a couple of mates and tried to tow them up a little bit closer to the pointy end, and yeah, worked out pretty well. And yeah, the whole weekend was a clean sweep. What was good, it wasn't as easy as it sounded though. Race one especially was able to have a good battle with Nicholas Jones and Lee Partridge. What was awesome. Both of them. Well, Nick Jones is yeah, he's quite new to the Sabre 02. He's hopped in a new car this year. And yeah, he's really getting to grips with it quickly, and no doubt he's going to give me a run for my money for the rest of the year. And same with Lee. Lee's such a gentleman to race, and yeah, he's really quick, getting the hang of that car really well. So I'm sure there's going to be some good battles with them later on in the year. But yeah, race one was able to just pull a gap with about 3 laps to go when they started battling behind. But yeah, I was in the thick of it before that. And the other races was able to just get rid of the tow and get out of their slipstream within the first couple of laps, and just, yeah, try to push from there to get away and get a clean sweep. So awesome weekend, car straight, and very happy garage.
Yeah, cool. We call that the RVG move. It's basically you just get out the front and bugger off. It's a
Yeah.
simple strategy, seems to work for you.
Yeah,
And
it's especially at tracks like Sandown and Winton where, the slipstream, it still is worth quite a bit of time each lap. But if you can get out in front and you don't have to worry about the mirrors and you don't have to worry about who's behind you so much, it's just about getting in that consistent laps in. And yeah, if you can just kind of set yourself up, you don't have to worry about trying to outbrake people and defend and stuff like that. So if you can get out in front in the V's, it is, you can pull away. It's just the first couple of laps you gotta push it on cold tires.
yeah, well, I was up in QR this weekend, which is why I wasn't down there partying with you, but I was able to watch it on Blendline, and there was a lot more racing. Geez, I tell you, I think the first or the next block of cars was only about a second and a half or a second between them all.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Massive
I
battle
think
packs, huge battle
yeah,
pack.
yeah, I think from like second to eighth or something like that, was just, there was nothing in it. It was, yeah, a huge battle pack, and it was awesome to see in the mirrors. And yeah, again, super clean racing off all of them. So that's always really good to see. That's kind of why I love the category so much, is everyone has respect for each other, and obviously open wheelers, if you don't have the respect for the drivers around you, then it can end badly pretty quickly, and no one likes to
Yeah, we
see
saw
cars.
that in Phillip Island.
Yeah. um,
Best of both
so
worlds there, in the driving rain and
yeah,
then in the sunshine, like you come a cropper and get T-boned. So
yeah, yeah, but yeah, that one was on me. But again, good thing was we both jumped out of our cars and shook hands, and we're both back on track now. So awesome to see. And yeah, it's just an awesome battle pack. I think I was pretty lucky actually. To yeah, just get out in front, and just if you can get the first couple of laps underway on cold tires and pull a little bit of a margin, then they all seem to battle pretty hard behind. So you can pull away. So yeah, awesome weekend again, and I think now it's at 10 out of the last 10 have been race wins in the car. So starting to get a good little margin in the championship, and
Yeah, you're
yeah,
well entrenched up the top there, that's for sure.
yeah, it's going well, especially with how close the battle pack is behind with all the other drivers. They're all, all contending for second, third, and fourth nearly every round. So that's kind of chopping up the points a fair bit and giving me a bit more room to breathe out front. So
So
just
who's
got
your
to.
biggest competition in there? Who's your biggest threat? Which
Uh,
group, which little crew of three or four guys are right on your heels?
well, in the points, it's Lee and Jonesy. So they're the closest to me at the moment, in second and third. Or sorry, after Sandown, it might have changed a little bit, but roughly they're second and third in the championship. But I think Heathy hasn't had the best start of the year, but I think he'll come back towards the end of the year. So I reckon he'll be up there. I don't think he'll be able to quite probably pull back the margin in the championship, but I definitely think he might contest for a few race wins.
He had
And
a good
same for
round at Sandown. He had a good showing on the weekend.
yeah, and same with Andre. I think they were doing stuff a little bit differently at Sandown, going more towards working out car setups and getting the car right rather than really competing for the win. But I think if they get the car settled and work out what they need done. I definitely think Andre and Heathy will definitely be there at the next one up the front, up the pointy end. So yeah, it's a
Andre's
really
hands obviously all good after that Phillip
yeah.
Island coming together.
He seems to be doing pretty all right, and yeah, I think he was just getting his confidence back at Sandown. It was quite a big hit down at the
Mm.
island. Even when I headed down to the island, the round after, it did take a couple of laps just to get your confidence back up and get back in the car and get everything sorted. So yeah, I think he's just building his confidence back up. He has had a couple of not his fault, but he has had a couple of big shunts in the car. So yeah, it's just about building your confidence back up, getting yourself in the car, and yeah, as I said, confidence. So once he
Yep.
gets his confidence, he's a quick driver, so no doubt he'll be up there and battling for the lead
And what
again with
happened
that.
with what happened with Charlie's car this weekend? The motor
Yeah,
seized up or something.
Charlie had a real up and down weekend. I think in the end, even though she did blow a motor, it's never ideal. She definitely did learn a fair bit, and she was able to jump into a Sabre O2 and have a crack in one of them. So yeah, she was lent a car after she blew her engine. I think it was in the first race. So yeah, she was fortunate enough that someone, Brett Burden, lent her his car and let her have a steer in that for the rest of the weekend. And so yeah, she was able to get her hands on a real competitive car, and I think she really enjoyed it. So a bittersweet weekend, but I think they definitely learned a lot and kind of realized where they want to go for the future, if they want to get a bit more up the pointy end.
She ended up a top 10, I think, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely.
A
What
couple of
is
10th.
a really good effort coming into a O2. They're not the easiest cars to drive, especially compared to a Jacer. They're very taily in the back end. The Jacers have quite settled in the back end, and if anything, you get quite a bit of front end push. And it's nearly the complete opposite in the O2. The O2 is, the steering's extremely pointy, and it will go exactly where you want it to. But it's just a matter of whether the rear end's going to follow it around or going to loop you around. So she did a really good job to keep the car straight, especially jumping in straight into a racing scenario. It wouldn't have been the easiest thing, and it would have been daunting. So
She
hats
does
off to
like the
her.
wet though. You guys did get some rain on the Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, we got a tiny bit, not enough to really, really kind
Oh,
of
okay.
change conditions, but just enough to, yeah, scare a few people, I think.
Yeah, not as bad as PI, hey?
Yeah, nowhere near as bad as that, luckily. So, but mind
How
you,
hard is it driving in an open cockpit when in those driving rain conditions that we have had at Phillip Island? How ordinary is that to see?
it's it's quite difficult, especially if you go into a weekend where like Phillip Island was, where all practice is dry and you get straight into racing and it decides to pour down rain. Because yeah, you just don't know what the track surface is going to do, and especially being in the open wheelers, it's not just the open wheelers. It was the same in the supercar, but the spray you get from the drivers in front makes it pretty difficult to see, and it's very hard to see where there's like at Sandown and Phillip Island, there's sometimes rivers that go across the track. And it's very hard to see when you've got so much spray from the drivers ahead, to see where those rivers are and to see your braking points and turn-in points, and just to see, up the road. So I was fortunate at Phillip Island that I was out in front, but
Yeah.
looking at some of the footage from the drivers behind, it's not so much how difficult it is to drive the car, because they are quite stable in the wet. But it's more just if you can actually see where you're meant to be going.
Well, you
So
don't have windscreen wipers on your helmet.
exactly. So yeah, you end up about 3 laps in with a foggy visor and you can't see anything out of it. And it can get pretty difficult, but I love those conditions. It kind of throws a spanner in the mix, and it really brings out the driving techniques. And I find, coming from karting especially, it really brings out how hard you can drive, and just your understanding of track surface and where you should position the car to find the most grip, really. So yeah.
Fantastic. So what's up for you next? No, Magic's later on in end of November. It's actually clashing with the Supercars Adelaide round, which I am pissed off about because I'm off to Adelaide, not down to Island Magic where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So next up is Morgan Park for the Nationals. So
I'll be up there. I'm coming to that one.
yeah, so we'll be going up. And yeah, that should be good. New track for me. So that will be interesting. And
I'll show you where the emus and the kangaroos are.
yeah, I'll have to watch out for them. But yeah, so the new track should be good. I'm really looking forward to it, and also just different competition. Looking forward to, they've got some real good drivers up there. So looking forward to seeing. Well, first round at Winton went quite well for me. And if anything, I think we got the car a bit more faster now. We've done a few little upgrades to it. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how I go against the national competition. I think it should be a good round. So looking forward to
How
that.
many of your guys are coming with you? Do you know?
Really not sure at this point. It's a few of them are thinking about it, but I think
Oh,
I'm the
it's
only
only a
one
few
that,
weeks away.
yeah, I think I'm the only one that's definitely set in stone that we're going. The
Have you put
yeah,
your application in yet?
yeah, I think it is in now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
good. Don't come
Uh,
back and sit 10 days from Bali and then go, oh, yeah, I was supposed to send that.
yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, no, it that will be good. And then after that, we're back down at the island again. So that'll be a good round again. It's always good to go down to the island. Slipstream city down there. So
Mm.
I'm sure, especially with the way the pack is now, like at Sandown, there was a big battle pack. I'm sure if it was 8 cars battling at Sandown, it's going to be 10 at the island. So that'll be real interesting to watch, I think.
A lot of strategy in your category there. You don't want to be leading on the last turn, do you?
Not at all, no. Unless you got
You want to be on the gas, just coming around right on his backside and then pull
yeah,
out.
yeah, unless you got more than a 2 second margin. You
which
don't
you
want
seem
to.
to do. You're the king of 10 plus seconds at the moment. So who'd be your sponsor? You never get to see you on Blendline. You're too far up the field.
Yeah, I know. I need a few more hairy moments. I think that might get me a bit more
Yeah,
camera.
mate. Yeah, make some highlight reels. Yeah, do a little spin. Just do a little 360, pluck a gear and go again. And you still win. You're still 30 seconds in front.
Uh, nah, the Sandown was good. I think everyone stepped up the game a bit. That second pack was definitely a lot closer. And seeming that, I'm just getting quicker and quicker in the car. They're doing really well to stay on my toes, keep me on my
Love it.
toes. And yeah,
Cool. All right, man. Well, this is just a short wrap up. So congratulations on Sandown. We'll go enjoy your holiday in Bali. Go and buy
will
yourself
do.
some $3 Rolexes and have a couple of drinks in the swim up bar. And we will chat with you after. Well, I'll chat with you up in Warwick.
Yeah,
So I'm
definitely.
camping on the trackside up there with Mark. So we'll drop down and say hello, and we'll hang out for the weekend. And I've got torn loyalties there. I'm on Windex patrol with his car. I'll be on Windex patrol with your car. So,
Awesome.
I'll have to jump between. Have to wear two hats when I'm up there. So,
Definitely. Nah, thank you so much again for the chat. It's always good to have a chat with you, David. And yeah, I also like the room. It's looking very merched out at the moment.
this is my studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a tiny fraction of it. The rest of the shit's in the house. It hasn't even gone into the walls yet. So had to do something for the potty. So
Yeah.
enjoy your holiday, bud. We'll catch up with you in September when you get back.
Awesome. Thanks so much, mate. Good chatting
Take it
again.
easy. Cheers.
Thanks, David. Bye.